Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time. I am your host, Ramika Latash, and today we have a special guest, Idylli. She is a visionary CEO behind SpeakEasy WorldWide, a transformative community focused on empowering individuals to discover their inner potential. Renowned for her unique coaching approach that blends empathy with strategic insight. Sorry, Ideally is passionate about helping others and balance personal and professional um, growth. She's a dedicated mother who has never missed her children's first day of school. She uses her experience to inspire and guide her clients towards their success. Ideally, expertise spans personal growth, business development, and storytelling for impact, making her sought after speaker and advocate for professional development. She is also the host of the Speak Easy with Ideally, a podcast dedicated to sharing impactful stories and promoting dreams. Ideally, welcome to the show. I can't hear you. What happened?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. How exciting.
Yes, this is one of my sisters from Lady of Leadership Bomb Global under Nikki Kusta. So we are making great connections over there. So I am so glad for you to be on the show today to talk to our audience. Today's topic is transforming your story into success,
Mm,
empowerment through personal growth and coaching. So I'm excited.
yeah, me too. Me too.
Excited. Is anything you want to say to the audience before we get started?
Well, first, I would just like to thank you. I know that your time is precious and your audience, and for you to trust me to come on here and speak to your people is
Mhm.
truly, truly, truly an honor. So thank you so, so much. And shout out to the people who are watching live, the
Yeah.
replay, who comment, like, and share, who come on Mommy's Tea Time and celebrate with Romika every single week. I mean, it's an
Yeah.
incredible journey, and I'm super proud of you. And I love that audience that is getting value. And so, yes. So, just a little bit about me. My name's Idylli Santiago. I live here in Tampa, Florida. I am a mom, a wife. I can give you a bunch of titles, right? They always say that it doesn't sit well with me because I'm a woman who has broken through a lot of barriers. I'm a
Mhm.
woman who has grown besides and beyond the circumstances. I am an ordinary girl that made the extraordinary decision to
Yeah.
believe in.
Oh,
Okay, you got me?
sorry,
It's
yes.
okay. And then after that, I'm a mom, wife, and all these other titles that we hold on to.
See, I don't make no mistakes. We're gonna have fun today. Her energy is just like spilling all over here towards me. So I am excited. I'm excited for our listeners. We're gonna get transformed, empowered. And before we leave here today, we're going to affirm some greatness into our lives. So that is what the tea conversation is about with Mommy's Tea Time. We're going to start with our first question. Um, and what is my first question?
Drum roll. I use StreamYard too for my podcast. And I say
uh,
they need like sounds, like
yes,
drum rolls and claps. And I'm like, I need to get a sound machine.
I do. We're going to start by asking you about you describing your coaching and How was that transformative in helping people overcome obstacles with clarity and purpose? Also, can you share some of the key principles or techniques you use to guide individuals through their personal and professional challenges?
Yes, yes. And with that, I'm going to answer this question from the beginning. So, I've been in the medical administration field for about 20 years, right?
Mm,
Before that, I was literally working at like Domino's Pizza. Before that, I lived the street life. So, growing
mm,
up, I knew two things. I knew you either live the street life or you get a job. And
mm,
starting from a very, very young age, I'm talking literally turning into double digits, okay? In a very young age, I was exposed to a lot of behavior. They like to call it humble beginnings, right? That's where I grew
yeah.
up, in humble beginnings. And so
Mm,
being exposed to all of those things, for the longest time, I lived the street life, right? I did
mm,
side hustles. I did hustles, pharmaceutical hustles. We're not going to, get specific on that. I did,
mhm,
I danced. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I did that
yeah,
people, and I tell my story. If you've never heard my story, you can check me out on my pages. But I
mm,
tell my story all the time, because one thing about me is that I'm not going to deny who I am, and I'm going to be transparent.
yeah,
Like, it is what it is. I wouldn't be where I am today had I not gone through the things that I've gone through.
yeah,
Right. And so, with that being said, eventually transitioning from the street life, I didn't know what an entrepreneur was or what a coach was or anything like that. Like, I knew it from a sports standpoint,
you're
but
right.
not anything else. Right. I knew people
Mhm,
own businesses, but I didn't know the word entrepreneur.
right.
And so I worked. I went and got a job. I worked my way up, and every single job that I was at, I, have a great resume. I could go get a job
Mm,
anywhere right now if I wanted to, right? I
yes,
literally put my all, I put my 100%. I was always getting raises,
yeah,
and I just did that. I was at a particular job for 10 years. I feel like they raised me, right?
yeah,
Professionally,
wow, yeah,
they raised me professionally. They took me from
mm,
this little professional baby, and they gave me all the skills that I applied today, even in my coaching, right?
yes,
Even in my coaching, right? So
mhm,
I became like this trainer, and I was doing all of these good things. But then I got pregnant with my last baby. This was in
mm,
2015. And I
mhm,
wanted to stay home with him. And
yeah,
financially, it was going to be a sacrifice, Romika, for
yeah,
because we weren't there yet. We knew
mhm,
it was an investment in him. It
right.
was not that financially we could say, oh, yeah, I could be a stay-at-home mom, right?
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
No, it wasn't like that at all. But God had other plans, man.
yeah,
So I did that. So for the first year, I fully stayed home. And then after, I got like part-time jobs. Well,
mhm,
after, like, in 2016, someone introduced me to network marketing.
yeah,
And that's actually where I met Nikki Cuesta. And
um,
so, yeah, we were in the same company, and
um,
it completely changed the game.
yes,
That's when I knew what a mentor was. That's when I
mhm,
knew what somebody believe in you when you don't believe in yourself was. That's when I
yeah,
had seven-figure earners who didn't make a dime off of me. They weren't even the ones on my team. The ones on my team were backing me up, but I'm just saying there was ones not even on my team that literally were backing me up, believing in me. They were like, you got
mhm,
something, you got something. And
yeah,
I've always been told that. So if you're listening out here, one of the questions that I ask in my coaching business, the first question, what is that best thing you do with the least amount of effort?
mm,
Right? What is
that's
that
good,
one thing, that you do that everybody's like, you're so good
mhm,
at this.
yeah,
You're so good at that, right?
mhm,
That
mhm,
that one thing. And because that's what I've always had. Like, I've always spoken up in the pep meetings. I've always been the one to try to get people together. I've always been the one. I was a trainer. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, like, I always had that. I just didn't know. And so when I had these people believing in me and telling me, hey, you have this gift,
yeah,
right? Where versus when I was growing up, I had people saying, you ain't gonna be, the S word, right? You ain't
yeah,
never gonna
yeah,
be nothing, right? You're the
yes,
worst one in the family, right?
ah,
You're like this thing, you're this, you're that, right? That's what
yeah,
I always heard growing up. Then all of a sudden I got these people telling me, nah, you can do this. Like, you have a gift, you have this, you have
yeah,
that. And I'm like, oh my word, like,
uh-huh,
I don't believe it, right? But I
mhm,
stole the belief that they
yeah,
had in me. And
yeah,
then because of that, that's where I am today. And so
mhm,
that's how I know what a coach was, or, before was a thing, right? This,
yeah,
because now it's a thing, but before it was a thing.
yeah,
I had that poured into me. But then
yeah,
I went on network marketing, I tried my best. I because of my inconsistency, Romika,
yeah,
than just being
I
real,
know,
right?
yeah,
Like, I
mhm,
hit the same rank, girl, in the company 3 times. The same rank. Had I done that back to back, my income would have went up 3 levels immediately.
Yep.
Okay. And then I would have went up 3 ranks
Uh-huh.
immediately. But
Mm-hmm.
instead,
Wait a minute, I'm gonna get her back. I'm gonna get her back. It's getting good.
I
Got
still
you.
was like, okay, I'm coming back. I'm gonna just stop. But yeah, so make a long story short, I ended up literally, just going through a really tough time when the company went down in 2020, when COVID hit. My
Yeah.
life went upside down, right? It was not
Yeah.
only just COVID. Yeah, we lost our jobs because of COVID, but it was everything. It was my marriage. It was,
Yeah.
it was our finances. It was us living in an 850 square foot, 2-bedroom home
Mhm.
with 5 people and a dog, one
Yeah.
bathroom, right? We couldn't
Yeah.
even lock the door when we were taking a shower because somebody would have to pee. Like
Yeah.
it was, and then on top of that, I broke my fibula.
Mhm.
After that, I really lost my income because I was driving Uber and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because I lost my car, I lost
Yeah.
everything. I had
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
but God, man. But
Mhm.
God, okay? Because
Yeah.
that's what I did. I gave the surrender. One day I just woke up from the couch, girl, and I just screamed like,
Yeah.
God, have your way. Like I
Yeah.
can't do it no more. Like
Yeah.
Jesus, like I just cannot. Like I
Yes.
literally just screamed. I was alone and I just was feeling in so much despair. Something that I
Mhm.
had never felt. You see me, I'm a positive person, and I've been like
Yeah.
this all my life. And
Yeah.
and so, I just felt this despair, and I literally did that. And when I did that, lo and behold, I was on Facebook. I came
Mhm.
across my mentor. Shout out to D Walker.
Mhm.
I came across his Facebook, which I hadn't in a long time. And he had reached
Mhm.
out to me. He's always been in touch.
All right, we gonna get her back. All right.
Shout out to the Walker family. Hey, leaders
Mm.
adjust. We're gonna keep going.
Yes, we
Don't
are.
don't miss it, y'all. Because let me
Yeah.
tell you, when disruption follows intention,
Yes.
write that down.
Yes.
Disruption
Good.
follows intention. When we're intending to give the word, when we're intending to give something good, when you're intending to receive, this
Yes.
disruption is gonna happen. Okay,
Yes.
so don't let it fool you. Don't let it
Yes.
fool you.
Yes.
But with that being said, I've seen his mentor, I seen his Facebook, and he was doing his podcast, and he
Yeah.
was inviting to a virtual event. And I said, you
Mhm.
know what? I'm gonna go to this event. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
God, I see you. Lo and
Mhm.
behold, I joined his mastermind. I was in it
Yeah.
for 2 years. I ended
Yeah.
up getting a job. I healed. I ended up
Yeah.
getting a job. I was working 50 hours a week, doing
Yeah.
the mastermind, running, doing the side business, growing this business on the side, and
Yeah.
just really, really going all
Yeah.
in my life. And it completely changed the game for me, where I was able to transition,
We gonna get her back, y'all. Got her.
coaching full time, speaking full time, and being able to have my podcast and growing,
Mhm.
right? And so I say that story as a transition into how I am so passionate about helping women be unapologetically who they are, ambitious women, right? Who want to grow, who
Mhm.
have dreams.
Yeah.
There's something inside of you, but you just don't know how to
Yeah.
lay it out, how to get there, how to get clients, how to talk to people,
Mhm.
how to have confidence,
Yeah.
right? And so now I teach women how to have confidence in themselves.
Yeah.
Confidence is a skill, Romika,
Definitely is. It definitely is.
right?
Um, it comes natural a little bit, but it can be shaken up, just from society and just life. So yes, it is a skill.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
And so I teach women how to grow their confidence, because a lot of times
Mhm.
some people are born with it and then it
Mhm.
dims through life. Like if we
Mhm.
look like what we've been through,
Mm.
girl, I'd be so ugly.
I
Like,
mean,
thank God I don't look like what I've been through. Like,
yes, yes, you are absolutely right. I
you
mean,
know?
the resilient, the strength, just from me just listening to you now, I understand where the passion comes from. Everyone has a story, and that's where you have to pull and go within and pull that out, because what's in you comes out. So yeah, I feel the passion, and that's what I want the listeners to know, and that the resilience. just the little bit that you told us, the resilient, you still had the strength to just like get up and just do something, even when you just threw your hands up. Those are the moments where God just really just take over and blow our minds because we surrender. When we go into that surrender position, is when our life just turns around because we try to do things on our own, you know. And sometimes our own ain't the way because God already knows our purpose and it's much bigger than what we can see. So I am so glad you are like just spilling it, giving a passion, being transparent, because some people believe that you just turn into this person overnight, and that you
Right.
don't have any
I get
issues.
that all the time. Like in my
Hmm.
DMs, like, how are you so joyous? What? Oh my word. I wish.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. I got,
It's something that we work on. Like it's not just this thing that happens. Like it is
yes.
consistent growth, even through circumstance. Listen, I'm going through things right now.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, right now. But
Hmm.
you can't tell me, look at, I'm invited to your podcast. I'm a part of the Born to Risk book.
Okay.
Taking off the shades is coming out. I haven't even called
Yeah.
myself an author because I never thought about it, right?
Yes.
So like I have all of these. I just been asked to walk in the Flavor Fest, to be a model in the Flavor Fest fashion show.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes,
Yes.
and
It's
and
just
the thing
stuff
is,
just be coming. Opportunities just be coming.
right, through the
Mm-hmm.
circumstances, because again
Hmm.
I am going through a lot of things right now, yet I
Yeah.
have all these blessings coming through, right? It's
Yes.
because we get to choose to love, to understand that life is always going to happen, and
Yeah.
it's how we respond versus reacting that matters,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah.
is it. No matter what, if we can see the opportunity and the blessings beyond what you're going through, and I know the
This is good. We're gonna get this message out, guys. Got
I
it.
know, right? I know the
Hmm.
feeling of not having income, of not being able to help your kids. I know the feeling of that, but it doesn't last. It's not forever, right?
Yeah.
It's only where you are right now. It's
Yeah.
not where you're going to be in 5 years, where you're going to grow
Yeah.
into. And
Yeah.
so it's so important that we have someone to lead us and guide us. That's why coaching is such a popular thing now, because we need coaches, right?
Yes.
We need
Yes.
someone that's pushing us on our weight loss. If I'm gonna do 10 push-ups at 8, I'm done.
Yeah.
But my coach, Mike, is not gonna let me. He's gonna say,
No.
now go to 12. You
Yeah.
wanted to stop at 8, now you
Yeah.
gotta go to 12. Right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so having that in business, having that in confidence, having that in someone who wants to help you get to the next level, right? In your
Hmm.
growth, you don't know how to get to clients, you don't know how to do a CRM, you don't even
Yeah.
know what CRM stands for, right?
Yes.
But you have people who do and are
Yeah.
willing to teach you, right? And
Yeah.
so this coaching, that has something that I've done in my entire life, now has been put in a package and in a name, and I can do it for a living and help women get there. So it's such a
Mhm.
blessing.
Yes, see, that was so impactful. That was the first question. I can too relate to you with because this is what we talk about on Mommy's Tea Time. Just mothers who are looking to be entrepreneurs and think that they can't because they have a family and they put their dreams aside. So I love to bring guests on like you to tell them like it's a journey. I was right where you are. You know, I tried multi-level marketing too. I wasn't successful in it, but I learned so much about myself in it. The confidence, understanding no. No, not me, not now, but maybe later. You know, just keep going until you get that yes. Like it's so many things that I've learned
Yes.
in MLM that I use today because it's crazy. So I love that you were transparent and gave that story because it's a lot of us who went through that same thing. So having guests on here and say, "Oh, I, she went through the same thing too. Ramika went through the same thing too. Well, maybe I can be a coach, or maybe I can do this, or maybe I can do that too," because they've been through the same thing that I've been through too. So I'm not the only one. Maybe I can do this. So yes, coaches are important. And passion. You want a coach that has passion, that really cares about you and not just the money. Because the money will come, but the passion is the important part. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that impactful answer. We talk about balancing life all the time on here. So balancing life and professional growth is a theme to us. So how do you maintain and balance, especially as a mother? And what advice do you have for other moms juggling these two worlds too, or looking to?
Well, I would say this: there is no balance. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. And so, but what I do have are pillars, right?
Yeah,
And the pillars is what builds the foundation.
yeah,
And so in these pillars, so there's 6 of them, right? And sometimes, and actually I teach the 6 F's, but I also have my own pillars that I have, right? But if you want to, let's do it the simple route, right? And let's do the 6 F's, right? It used to be 5, but I added one. And so
okay,
you want to talk faith,
yeah,
fitness,
mm,
family, fun, fostering, and finances. Okay. Those are 6 main, and it goes all together because faith is first, right? You got to
yeah,
have faith.
yeah,
Fitness means health. It doesn't
yeah,
necessarily mean that you're working out, 5 days a week, but it means that you're taking care of yourself, because if you're not healthy, you can't take care of nobody else. If you're sick
yeah,
in bed, if
yeah,
you have diabetes, if you have diseases that you can't control,
yeah,
you're not going to be able to help nobody else. So it has to
yeah,
come before, your family. Then
yeah,
number 3 is your family, right?
yeah,
And then after your family, you want to foster. You want to foster other relationships.
yeah,
Okay. And then we want to have fun too. Hello, right? And
yeah,
then of course our finances, because it matters. Your finance matters,
yeah,
right?
I
And
love that.
so in the 6 F's, if I was drawing a graph for you right now, I would say, some of them is going to be shaded up, and then some of them is going to be shaded halfway. And when I talk about
Mhm,
there's no balance, there's going to be times where you're growing your business and it's going to be a Saturday, and all day long you are literally on the phone with your business. You
yeah,
are literally growing because Saturdays people are off. Like, you
yeah,
have appointments. Like, here we are, Saturday early morning, getting this recorded so we can get it out to your people, right?
yeah,
And so this is it. But now Saturday evening, I'm gonna say to myself, okay, let me look at my 5S. I know that my family was a little low, right?
yeah,
Because on Saturday all day. So
yeah,
Sunday, I'm gonna make sure that it's family time,
yeah,
right? Right.
yeah,
And then on Monday, I'm gonna make sure that my fitness gets put in. Okay, I gave a little bit to my fitness, I'm gonna give a little bit more, because every day you
yeah,
give to your fitness.
yeah,
So that's how you balance. There's no real balance. But if you look at all of your pillars and you
mm,
say, okay, what am I neglecting, and what
yeah,
do I need to work on?
yeah,
Right? That will give you the balance so
yeah,
that you're paying attention to every part of your life.
yeah. I love that. That was so good. And we talk about this all the time on here, balancing. And I love to hear everyone's perspective. But that one sticks. That sticks to me. Because you said keep it simple. That stuck. The 6 pillars, oh yes. The F's, oh, I got it. And
Yeah.
I hope you got it too, because that's so important. Yes, faith, fitness. Right now, Mommy's Tea Time is doing 10K step challenge. No sugar, no carbs, a
Love
gallon
that.
of water, because it is important. Your health is important. Self love is important, because if you are not healthy, like she said, you can't pour out or be anything to anybody else, whether it's your family or your business or whatever you're trying to do. You have
Mhm.
to be healthy. So I just,
Yeah.
there's
No,
no
that's so
mistakes
good.
on
I'm
here.
glad that you guys are doing that. Like,
Yes,
it, we take our health for granted. I think, a lot of us that are watching this, if you're younger, then definitely take this. But a lot of us that are watching this are our age and above. And so we're
yes,
in the second half of our lives, right?
yes,
And we wasted the first half. Like, a lot of us did. Let's be real, right? We
yep.
wasted the first half. And now,
Hmm.
transitioning into the second half of our lives. I don't know about you, but I want to be 80, still kicking it with my girlfriends. Like, I
Yes,
want to still be doing podcasts. I want to go have tea, go
yes,
play tennis. I want
yes,
to enjoy my life. I don't want to be 80 years old stuck, I'll tell you this story and then we can move on from this. But
Mhm.
I was in an elevator. My mother-in-law lives in a 55 and over community here in
Okay.
downtown Tampa. It's beautiful.
Okay.
She lives on the 11th floor. She has a beautiful view, right? It's
Yes.
gorgeous. However, there's older people that live in there. And
Mhm.
this one time I went on the elevator and this lady's
Mhm.
on a walker.
Mhm.
And she's like, she has like this face, and I'm Positive Patty, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
try to like,
Mhm.
hi, how you
Mhm.
doing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And she kind of just like ignored me. And then when she was getting off the elevator, she's like, 75 years and that's what. And walks out the elevator in her walker and goes home. And I thought to myself, Lord,
I
I
don't
do
want to be like that.
not want to be like that.
You're
Like
right.
I immediately
Yeah.
switched the gear, like,
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
not trying to think that her life is wasted after 75 years of
Mhm.
living. She's
Mhm.
only 75,
Yeah, I think
you
that's still
know?
young. Look, in my mind,
Exactly.
look.
Exactly. And I was like, oh no, I do not want to be like that. And so
Mhm.
that's why it's important to have these challenges and do these things. And,
Yes.
you know,
Yep. We coming. Gotcha.
I'm going to
Yep.
say it again just in case it didn't come through. Your
Mhm.
willpower will never outwill that of your community. So,
Yeah.
Mommy's
Love
Tea
it.
Time community, that you guys are gathered together and doing this fast and doing these things and coming on every week and taking notes from the speakers. This community is important. You're,
Yeah.
again, when you're down and out, when you feel like you can't, your community can.
Yes. 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 That was good. That was so good. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stick with it.
Yeah. That was good. Great. Great. Great advice. I'm like, whew, I'm so excited. And she draws you in, right? She draws you right in, and then I'm just so mad that it keeps cutting off. But we're gonna get this information
Okay.
out to you. But storytelling plays a huge role in her work. Can't you tell? How do you guide people to transform their personal narrative into impactful, lucrative ventures?
I love that question. I actually have done multiple, I think I've done 4 master classes: how to turn your story into income, how to turn your story into income legacy, your story matters. Like I've done them because, again, when you ask me these questions, if I don't tell my story attached to them, it's not going to be the understanding of.
Yes, yes. You have to tell your story. Yeah.
So your story matters, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so ask yourself these questions, right? I have 1 through 12. I can't go through all of them right now, but and I got these questions from my mentor, okay? And it's
Yes.
like, number 1, start from the beginning,
Yes.
right? What is that one thing that comes to your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was a traumatic experience or not. Because
Yes.
here's the thing, I have clients who are like, man, I feel like I don't really have a story because I had a great childhood,
Mm.
so I can't really help people. Nah, that's not true. Like
Right, right.
you don't have to have a traumatic. That's just my story. I just
Yeah,
happen to have, a traumatic childhood that is
right.
what literally is my story. But you don't have to have a traumatic childhood.
Right.
Whatever it is that's going on in your life, you've had something, right?
Right.
Something that it giving. She goes, but at the same time, I did have these feelings of not worthy and stuff like that. Exactly. So even though you didn't
Mm-hmm.
have a traumatic childhood, there was something going on in your life that gave you these feelings, right? So
Yes.
it's digging down deep and asking yourself
Yes.
these questions. Like, number 1, start from the beginning. What
Yes.
was and then number 2, like, what is your pain point to resolution,
Mm. Yes.
right? What is that pain point to resolution? Because that's how you're going to get someone else to
Mm.
that point.
Mm.
Because they're going
Mm.
to see your pain point to resolution and they're going to be going through the pain point,
Mm.
not knowing what the resolution is. But then
Yes.
they hear it and they're like, oh, okay,
Mm.
me
Mm.
too, right? And
Yes.
so this is why your story matters. Like it
Mm.
matters the way, not only just how you tell it, but the fact that you tell it.
Yes.
I got asked by someone super close to me. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
But again, people don't do things harmfully. They think they're protecting you. They don't
Yeah.
understand. Right. So I want to clear that up. But I got asked, why are you always telling your story on social media? It
Mm-hmm.
seems like you're just wanting to get pity. And you go so deep. Why do you tell everything? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling y'all go check out my Instagram. And, when I tell my story, I tell
Yeah.
it because it is what it is.
Yeah.
And one, I did talk logically. In social media, when you're growing your social media, you get to choose to love to show up like someone is watching for the first time, because guess what?
Yes, they are. So you have to give your all. Yeah.
Okay, someone who hasn't seen your past story is watching right now. So
Mm-hmm.
tell it. Keep telling it. Okay.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, people forget, right? People may have seen your story a long time ago and may be going through exactly what you're talking about. And they may have seen it 10
Yeah.
episodes ago or 10 stories ago, 10 posts ago. But at
Yeah.
that moment is when they needed to hear it, right?
Yeah.
And so this is why showing up in transparency and literally growing your story and attaching it to
Mm-hmm.
your pain point to resolution, finding that person, right? People
Yeah.
call it avatar, client. There's a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
names for it, your niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Mm-hmm.
just finding your people,
Yeah.
finding that person that is going through exactly what you've been through, and you know
Yeah.
how to take them there because you
Yeah.
know your story.
Yes.
So it's asking yourself these questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind. I will give them to Romika so that she can post them in this chat and talk to you guys about them. But they're like genuine questions, like, what is your pain point, right? How many obstacles are in that pain point? You
Yeah.
know, how many growth points did you have in that? What did
Mm-hmm.
you see come out of that pain point, right? We got
Mm-hmm.
to get deep
Yeah.
into that story. And then when we get deep and answer these questions, now we can help somebody else do that. And
Yeah.
that's where the lucrative part becomes, because when you start to grow your story, and this is even if you have a t-shirt business,
Mm-hmm.
this is not only for coaches,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
This is for jewelry. You have a
Yeah.
jewelry business. This is for
Yeah.
any business that you have. When your client puts on that bracelet, you
Mm-hmm.
want them to know the pain point to resolution that guided you to creating this masterpiece that they put on. That
Yeah.
when they put it on, they feel good, that they
Yeah.
want to pass this down to their family,
Yeah.
right? That when they wear that t-shirt that has that slang on it,
Mm-hmm.
they know the story behind it. And that
Yeah.
when they put it on, they look in the mirror, it gives them
Prime.
confidence.
Yes.
They stand up a
Mm-hmm.
little taller and they're
Mm-hmm.
stronger because your story was attached to it. That's
Yes.
where you become lucrative. That's where your story matters. This is where you grow your business. It's
Yes.
not just in the product, it's what's behind the product.
Yes. Yes. That's good. That was good because it's so many people doing the same thing, right? T-shirts, coaching, like you said, jewelry. But the difference is the pain, the story behind it. People don't buy product; they buy you. That I love. I get so
Yep.
excited. I get so
So
excited
true.
when we really just really speak and empower, because that one thing could just change your whole mindset. So I hope that you got something so far from this, because it's empowering, and that is the point of this show,
Man,
to transform, to be empowered, so you can
yes.
affirm some things in your life. That's what the tea conversation is about. So I get excited when the guests come on and they start talking, and I'm like, yes, God, we hit it again. It was perfect, because I
Amen.
want the guests to be aligned with what Mommy's Tea Time is about. So I just get so excited.
That's good. I believe in alignment. I believe in purpose. You
Yes,
know, and
yes,
that everything is divine. It's not an accident. You
yes,
know, it
yes,
is just what is meant to be. And whoever's out here hearing this message, don't take it lightly.
yes,
Don't run
yes,
with it. Take notes and run
yes,
with it, because at the end of the day, we all get to choose to love to. We don't have to. We don't
yes,
need to. Right? We don't
yes,
gotta.
right,
Right? We get to choose to love to.
yes. Choices. As a leader in business and personal development, what do you believe are the key ingredients for someone looking to unlock their fullness, potential, and thrive both personally and professionally? And we talked about this a little bit, but we can go
Yeah.
into it a little bit
But I
more.
would say the key
Mhm,
elements for you to
mhm,
thrive, they're really simple. A lot of people are gonna think, oh, I need this, all of these things. No, belief, consistency, and action. That's it, right? And I can actually, you know what? Oh my goodness, I just ABC. I'm gonna put
yeah,
it backwards.
yeah,
Action,
yeah,
belief,
yeah,
and consistency. It's
Yes, I love it.
ABC. Oh, I'm
BC.
gonna use that.
Yes,
Y'all can use
use
it
it.
too, but I'm definitely gonna be like adapting that into my thing now, right?
Yes.
Because that's all it takes. Literally,
Yep.
if you just start taking action, if you
Action.
believe
Believe.
in yourself or
Yes.
belief in the belief that others have of you, even if you
Yes.
don't believe in yourself at the beginning, someone believes in you, right? So
Yes.
believe in that belief. And you have consistency. If you do ABC, easy as one, two,
Two,
three.
three.
Go
Yes.
ahead. A, B, C.
ABC.
One, two,
One, two,
three.
three.
And that's it. It's that
Yes. I
simple.
love it. Yes. See how simple she make it? You need a coach in your life because we make things so complicated and everything is not complicated. Consistency, belief, I mean, action, all those are so important. Oh, I love it. You make it so memorable. And that's the thing. It's like you make it stick. And when you get into those rough patches and you feel like giving up or whatever, use those 5 F's that we just received today, those pillars. Use the ABC, action, believe, consistency,
Consistency.
whatever stick with you, write it down, use those things on the daily, but you need a coach to make it simple, to simplify, to give you that push, that motivation. That's what Let's Talk Motivation is about, to ignite you, to just
Yeah.
keep going and don't give up. So if you like what you heard today and you want to follow our sister here, give us
Yeah.
all your information so we can follow you and get in contact with you. Any upcoming events that you have, let us know. I'm gonna have all her information in the description so you can follow her. But we wanna hear all about it.
Thank you so much. So yes, I do have the Speak Easy with Idylli show that comes on live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST. Okay, it comes on live Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This is my Instagram handle here. It's at Idylli underscore. If you pull up Idylli and Facebook, it's gonna bring me. There's not many, right?
Google her.
So
Google her.
yes, you can put it on there as well, and it will be there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST, we do have our, and they are recorded and they're actually posted on the Facebook there too. I also have a masterclass coming up. I'm doing a whole rebrand, unapologetically building confidence and knowing how to grow into yourself. That's coming up in November. And so, yes, I'm excited for that. And then, of course, Flavor Fest and actually, I have a new opportunity that's coming up. If you want to see me on YouTube, you can go to Crossover 813. Crossover 813. That is my church site. They do service live. I'm going to be doing the pre-service live.
Okay.
So before service, I'll be on there with my mic and just
Yes.
talking to people and interviewing people and getting
I
people
love
excited.
it. Yes.
Yes. So I am really, really excited for that. And it's starting next Sunday. So if you want to catch me live on
Yes.
YouTube, next Sunday, go to Crossover 813 on YouTube and you'll catch me there at the both services. So I'm really excited. And again, just following me on Instagram, just a like, a share, a comment. Those
Yes.
things, they go unnoticed, but they're super grateful. We're super grateful for just that little save button
Yes.
does so much because it just gives the message to a broader audience. It's not
Yes.
about the followers, as you're going to see. I don't have that many followers. It's not about that. It's about the
Yes.
impact that we make every single day and just sharing our lives with you guys. So I'm super thankful again, Romika. Thank you for having me on.
Thank
To
you.
the
Thank you.
audience, Mommy's Tea Time. Make
Yes.
sure that you continue to grow in this community. And
Yes.
thank you so much.
Yes. Oh my God. I am so over. Look, I've been transformed. I've been empowered. And I am going to affirm some things in my life. And I hope you did too. So, we always do our affirmation for the week. So I'm going to leave you guys with the affirmation for the week. It is: I am transforming my life by embracing my story, empowering myself to overcome every obstacle, and affirming my success with purpose and clarity. I am the author of my journey and I am destined for greatness. So that is our affirmation to get you through the week. Oh my goodness. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Motivation with Mommy's Tea Time. Join us every Monday morning at 9 a.m. as we continue to inspire and empower moms to manifest the life that they want. Have a great